Hello there.
God damn it.
So apparently from the last video, keep the beard but get a haircut was the consensus. And also don't hold the microphone like this because it makes me look a little frou-frou. So like a man, I'm going to hold it like this. This is episode 2 of Camp Hutch, and today's gameplay is going to be featuring the Moody Swede. This guy's a 16-year-old UK kid and one of the best snipers on YouTube in my opinion. You guys are going to love his gameplay. And I got something else on my mind, Mr. Sark. I see you throwing down all these challenges. Well, I got one for you. You and me, one-on-one. You pick the game type and the map. I want to take you down. Hey, guess what? There's your YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to post a message on his profile saying, hey, you and Hutch accept the challenge, I would encourage you to do so. So what do you guys, do I look better? Do I not look like a pedophile Chuck Norris Vietnam veteran at this point, or an alcoholic? Okay guys, enjoy the show. Wait for the creative flow to hit me. Okay, I'm just gonna press play and see what happens with these. Just make commentary love babies with you. You ready?
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Let me turn down the volume here. All right, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Hutch, and today I am bringing you gameplay from a very sexy sniper in this game. Well, I don't know if you're like personally attractive, but your sniping is sexy.
I manage. I get by.
And
you know.
you are the Moody Swede, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not big on that whole name thing, to be honest. Just call me Bobby.
I'm just gonna call you Bobby. All right. I want you to call me Cornelius for the rest of this commentary. Don't call me that. That's too many syllables. So you're from the UK, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm 16 and I live in England.
In England? Whereabouts in England do you live?
In a city called York. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like a historical city up north. It's not that big, but it's a nice place to live.
Yeah. And today you're using the intervention. You got Sleight of Hand Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and what's your third perk?
I'm using Ninja Pro, I think. I don't really use Steady Aim Pro, to be honest, because it doesn't have that much. It doesn't have that much use for me unless you're purely trying to no scope. But
well, the thing about Steady Aim that I like is, and the same applied in COD 4, was that if I need to pull out my sidearm, like I use the Deagle a lot in COD 4, and in this game I use the Magnums a lot. But if you pull out the Magnums, like a lot of times you'll get a hit marker with the sniper, and if you just pull out the Magnum and hit fire real quick, you can just try and finish them off with one last shot, you know?
yeah, that's true. But I personally play a lot of Search and Destroy and stuff where it's important to be quiet, and it's also, you get a lot of people using heartbeat sensors, so it's good to, if you have Ninja Pro, your footsteps are silent and you're invisible to heartbeat sensors, so obviously that's really good for me if I'm playing Search and Destroy, so that's why I use it.
Jesus Christ, Bobby. I'm watching your gameplay right now, and you're just raping these guys in their spawn.
Oh, I start off with a little Zergriz streak at the beginning, that's where I kind of get into it. You know?
You got some no-scoping goodness going on right now.
Yeah.
So what I want to talk to you about today, actually, is I want to talk to you about your experience as an Xbox Live player and being from the UK. So I just want to start off by asking you a question. After playing Xbox Live with a bunch of Americans, do you now just assume that every American is retarded? Or
nah,
no?
not at all. I mean, I have relatives in America. I'm actually a quarter American, but I'm not going to go into that. But I have relatives from Mississippi, and they're like the nicest people I've ever met, honestly. So I know that, you know, it's just it's Xbox Live, and people always jump to stereotypes as soon as they hear, like, if Americans hear a British accent in the lobby, or if a British kids hear an American accent in the lobby, they'll start, you know, ripping on each other straight away, like automatically, and that's why I think, you know, to an American it might seem like a lot of British players, guys are like dickheads. I'm not sure, but and probably the same here, but I don't think that's the case. I just think people jump to like conclusions. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. The number one insult that I hear the UK guys getting is that they have bad teeth and go drink some tea. Like, that's what people say.
Yeah,
like, go drink some tea and go to a dentist.
Yeah, tea and crumpets, that's the one. Well, my teeth are fine, so I don't understand that. I literally have, like, I don't know anyone with dodgy teeth, so I don't understand that. And the ones the Americans get is like you know, you're fat or you're redneck or you're inbred, you know, all that. So.
Right. Well, you played with enough people from the West Coast and the East Coast to understand that America is not all rednecks with shotguns and stuff like that, you know. So.
Nah, I know.
Okay, so I mean, do you just zone it out at this point? I mean, like, how much shit do you? I mean, can you get on a game of Xbox Live and not experience someone talking shit to you, or does it happen essentially every night that you play?
It's normally fine actually, because I normally play with a party of people, and obviously the mute function is very handy. But unless you're playing late at night over here, you really don't run into that many Americans. I mean, I think the cut-off time's probably about 11 or 12 at night is where you start. Well, personally, that's when I start to find, you know, mostly American people in my game. And but I don't start shit really. If I'm talking to my friends and you know, someone will hear our accent and start, you know, trying to chat shit or for whatever they feel like doing, then that's fine, you know, you just mute them. But I honestly don't run into it that much unless I'm playing late night, and even then, you know, it's easy to deal with, so it's really not that big a problem for me anyway. I know some people like to give as good as they get, but I personally just don't see the point, and it ends up, to be honest, it ends up with me getting more annoyed and not enjoying the experience as much. And I'm not sure if that's the same, you know, for you. I don't know if you bother with people that start talking shit to you, but that's just the way I feel about it anyway.
What I usually like to do when people are talking shit to me is I will just continuously tell them to speak up and that their mic isn't working. And then as
you go for the spam approach.
As it progresses, I'll like increase my volume and start getting more agitated and tell them to just turn up their mic and hear them until finally they just give up and they stop talking.
Well, to be fair, I can imagine that being very annoying, so I'm sure it works pretty well. Does it make them be quiet, or does it just get them more agitated?
I think at that point they usually just call me a fag and then turn, you know, they just mute me. So in the end goal, I mean, the end is always this. I mean, it's the same as if I just muted them, but I just have more fun with it in the process.
Except,
so
yeah. Well, like I said, if I try and put up with it, it normally ends up with me getting annoyed, and then when I'm annoyed, I don't play very well because I'll be, you know, making stupid decisions and, you know, just doing stuff that isn't smart. So I just prefer to mute straight away. I mean, I actually have a few friends that really love to smack talk back to people that start. And,
you're 16, of course you do.
But yeah, it's normally not that big a problem for me.
Are there any stereotypes that you feel that I should know about as an American? Like, do you feel that people from the UK, are there? Do you guys think that we all smell like wet dogs, or you know that we're all just dumb, or do you just like? I mean, like, do you understand what I'm trying to say here, or I mean, is everyone just like, oh, Americans are cool, you know, or do you guys hate us? Just be honest with me, straight talk here.
What I'm gonna say here is there are you know, really decent Americans, and there are shit Americans, and there are really decent people from Britain, and there are shit British people, and you're gonna get a mix wherever you go, whether it's, you know, Asia, America, Europe. There's always gonna be a mixture of decent people and people that need to be melted down and started again. But there's no real stereotypes except for the ones you probably hear for Americans. The ones you guys should be using is chav for people in Britain, because we have a lot of chavs over here. I'm not sure
what the hell is a chav?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was talking to my American cousins about this when they came over, but it stands for Council House and Violent, I believe. So it's like it's kind of looking at the lower classes, and they're basically it's mainly teenagers. I'm not really trying to accuse anyone, but it's normally teenagers that wear, you know, like white tracksuits and go around like loitering on street corners and causing as much trouble as possible. And
Bobby, that clip that I was just watching right now is just retardedly good. You just got like 10 guys in a row without missing.
Alright. Cheers.
Sorry.
But yeah, but you weren't listening to any of that, were you? You
no,
were just
I
enjoying the
was
clip.
listening to every word. Yeah. So
but yeah, that's
a lot
a chav.
of chavs in America.
No, there's a lot of chavs in Britain. That's what you guys should be using, rather than, you know, we have dodgy teeth, and we drink a lot of tea and eat crumpets. You should be calling us chavs. some of us.
You know what I think happened was that everybody and their mother saw Austin Powers when it came out here in the States, and I think after that everyone just assumes that you guys have bad teeth. And
Yeah, that's on purpose. I'm not sure people really understand that's on purpose. Like, he doesn't. The Mike Myers that plays Austin Powers doesn't actually have dodgy teeth. Like, it's
Right.
just a character. I mean, people really shouldn't, judge a country by a character in a film. I just think that's a little stupid. But
Well, clearly you haven't made it to some select spots in the States and met some of the people that are out there.
I haven't been to the States yet. I might be going in summer, but I haven't been yet, so I don't really know what it's like, in all honesty. Have you been over here?
I have never been to Europe. I'm dying to go, to be honest with you. I would love to go to Europe, but maybe one day. So the game looks like it's over right now. You went something like 45 and 15, or it wasn't like the normal 10-to-1 KDs that you're used to seeing on YouTube, but it was totally exciting gameplay, and I think that, in the end is more important, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for now, is exciting gameplay over amazing scores, because I think it makes for better watching and it's a better way to play.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries. Alright.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.